Hello and welcome back to For Barking Out Loud, and here we have our third breed interview with Dogue De Bordeaux and Melissa.
Okay.
So Melissa, we'll start off with a few questions on your beautiful breed. So we might start off with like the history of dogs.
So originally these guys were bred for things like bull baiting, fighting jaguars, all those kinds of things, like most breeds are. In fact, after a while they were then used as a great guarding breed for French aristocracy, things like that. What do you think about this? Isn't it funny when you put on the spot?
Yep.
So they were used as drafting animals, so pulling, so they've got to have great drive in their rear end to push them forward. They've got great big heavy set chests that are low to the ground, which gives them great strength and gravity.
Yep.
Other than that, they obviously came to popularity in the 80s with the movie Turner and Hooch.
One of my favourites.
Yeah, everyone saw the movie Turner and Hooch, where they had Beasley, the Dogue De Bordeaux, running around in the movie drooling like nobody's business. Although yes, there is a drool factor, it's not as bad as the movie portrayed, unless you've got something that they want to eat. These days, a lot of people use them in weight pools, things like that. Other than that, our guys are typical little show dogs that get to lounge around at home, go for family walks. One thing being that they aren't classified as large within the Mastiff family. They're actually a medium-sized Mastiff. They're the French Mastiff. They typically don't like the heat so much, being brachiocephalic, so being short-nosed. In saying that though, you don't want them to be making great big huge grunting or, you know, almost like a Kubota tractor noise when they are breathing. It should still be just a normal panting noise. And the thing about these guys is that they are undershot, so they have a set forward bottom jaw, but for them to do that they've got what they call a rependus jaw. So if you see on Miss Neems here, she's got quite a curved jaw and quite an undershot. At the same time, her third and fourth molar line up in her teeth. So Chase, however, he's the same. He's still undershot. You know, Chase is a little bit of a clown. He's a big puppy that's stuck in a huge dog's body. Can you sit up for me, please? Can you sit up? Chase, good boy. Put your head up. He's actually a lot wider in the bottom of his mouth, but he's still undershot. There's nothing in the breed standard that states how undershot they actually should be, as long as those molars line up and they've got a great curve of jaw. If they didn't have a curve in their jaw, their teeth would stab them in the roof of their mouth. Yeah. So yeah, they're great family pets. They're
temperament-wise?
Pardon?
Temperament-wise?
They should be aloof in the sense that if someone comes to your gator yard, they will bark at them. Yeah. But at the same time, they're not an attack kind of dog. They're not going to run up and bite. Yeah. They will bark and run away or run around. They were almost wiped out in World War II during the war because they were used as a guarding breed. Yeah. And obviously they saw them as a threat, so they were killed. Persevering though with the breed, they do have their moments like any breed that, you know, obviously they need someone that is quite, you know, good with obedience and stuff like that, so that the dogs don't get out of control like any responsible pet owner. Other than that, they're just great big cuddly lounge lizards. I had staffies for many years as pets, stuffed Chip Terriers for many years as pets, and it took the hubby about 6 years to con me into getting one of these guys, and we now have 4. So I think he won, but yeah, at the same time it's one of those things. So yeah.
Excellent, thanks Melissa.
That's okay.
That's very detailed info
that's right.
on the dogs. No, well done. So just to get to know you a little bit more better, Melissa, I'll ask you 4 questions. Yep. So firstly, how far would you have travelled to a show, or would you travel to a show?
Yeah, dependent on not only the judge, but a lot of us Bordeaux people get together and we consider shows that are interstate. My husband has in the past talked about international shows, but I don't think I'm that keen. However, we have recently in the last 12 months travelled to Melbourne for the Melbourne Royal. Yeah. So where we did quite well with we only took Chase with us, and a friend took some of their dogs where he took best of breed and puppy breed. So
wonderful.
really, really good. Yeah.
Made it all worthwhile.
Oh, definitely, 100%.
So next question, how did you start showing?
How did I start showing? So we went and we bought what we thought we were doing the right thing. We found a Dogs Queensland registered member that had Dogue De Bordeaux. So to us, we were trying to do the right thing as pet buyers, you know, everything like that. And they sold us our first Dogue De Bordeaux Zara on Maine's papers. So to us, we thought, well, Maine's papers means she's obviously good enough quality to be in the ring.
Yeah.
Let's start showing her.
Yeah.
And although she did really well, and considering she has got a beautiful bull mastiff body, not the right body for a Dogue De Bordeaux,
Yeah.
she amassed 36 points towards her championship before we realised it's not really what
Yeah.
is meant to be of the breed standard and in the ring. Even though we've done our homework, obviously you can't guarantee from buying a puppy that it, even though it's sold maybe as a show respect, it may not turn out that way.
Yeah.
So from there we then got on to meeting people at shows that have Dogue De Bordeaux and considered a lot of different dogs and puppies and things like that, and we ended up, we've got a girl at home, Vixen. She was our first show puppy that we bought, and she did really well in the ring. She took baby puppy of breed a couple of years ago at the Ekka, and then I always said I was never going to have a male dog. If I was to ever consider breeding, I would bring semen in or bring a stud dog in.
Yeah.
And then a very influential French male semen was brought into Australia. Our breeder put it to a bitch that we really liked, and my husband couldn't say no to a male. So we ended up with Chase here. So that gave us, we ended up with 3 Dogue De Bordeaux, and at the moment we've got little Neems here who is visiting us from Chase's breeder. So she's with us and we're going to show her to hopefully a really good championship title. And yeah, go from there. While her mum and dad build their house, she gets to chill out with us and our guys at home.
Oh, what a good holiday.
Yeah.
Excellent. And what's your most memorable dog show moment and why?
Probably most memorable would have been last year at the Melbourne Royal, considering I thought I'd come second in the junior dog lineup of breed, and I actually got junior dog of breed with Chase. So funnily enough, the judge, I thought, said, you know, typically knowing I'm the bridesmaid most times, that I thought I'd gotten second, and she's gone, no, stop, come back here. And then I think I got that flustered and excited, I walked out of the ring, and I've got the steward chasing me going, no, you've got to come back and do your lap of honour. So that was a really great moment, and then obviously seeing friends then above everyone else that was local take
being proud of your boy.
Yes, very proud of your boy, aren't you? So yeah, but that's probably the most memorable. That wasn't embarrassing. I've had a couple of them being new. I mean, I've only been showing for 2 years, so still relatively new, still having lots of fun. Only do it for the fun, and as long as the dogs are enjoying it. If they're not enjoying it, obviously we aren't either. So we just go home and let them chill out.
Yeah, exactly. Wonderful. And lastly, recommended food brand and why. So what are you feeding your dogs?
Yeah, okay. So at the moment, and for the most of the part, these guys have been fed completely raw. So human grade mince, meaty bones, fresh vegetables. We actually make it up ourselves for them. Okay, so, and I mean, look, at the end of the day, it's not that hard to do that. Yeah. So we do that with these guys. But as of today, we're actually going to be trialing a new product, and it's called Cook to Gourmet Perfection. So it's 100% natural products that are human grade. So ultimately you could eat this dog log yourself and it's not going to hurt you. Which, I mean, a lot of us show people, let's face it, or you know, any responsible pet owner wants to feed their pets the absolute best quality food they can. And I mean, look, at the end of the day, if we can eat it, then obviously we're okay with our dogs eating it. It's not filled with fillers, grain, rice, all those kinds of things. And it kind of eliminates having to store fresh produce in the fridge, because it's actually cryovac in almost like the foil coat. So the dogs have their cool coats as a similar material to the foil they use in them. They're cryovac in that, and then they're boiled. They've actually got a minimum shelf life of a year without having to be refrigerated, unless obviously if you open them. And they don't have that vile dog food smell, which I can't, considering my guys have always been fed on raw and natural. I can't stand that smell. And so we're going to give it, it's only trialled at the moment, so they've had a taste of it, and we're going to trial them over the next couple of weeks, see how they go, and might even consider distributing it for them if these guys do well on it. Chase is known for not liking a lot of food, and he gobbled up the piece he was given, which is unusual for him.
That's a good
So
start.
he wants to go pee on a tree.
Okay. Well, on that note, we'll leave it at that. And
No
thank you
problem.
so much for
No
spending some
worries at all.
time explaining
Excellent.
this beautiful breed. And
No problem.
yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Edith.
Bye.